Mm. 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 Didn't help that much. I digress. Good afternoon. Sunshine. I like that sunshine. Yes, it is hot. Oh, it's hot. No, I complain sometimes because it's raining, but it's hot. How are you? I'm halfway sane. Oh, whew, I'm just wrapped up my day. Hmm. And glad to be able to take a break. So, other than that, not much going on here. Like I said, I'm halfway sane. This house is I can imagine it's like everybody's house, but yeah, it's just busy. These kids are just all over doing everything. I had I'll just share with you guys. I was trying to save it for probably Friday. I'll schedule it for Friday if I get to it. I haven't even done that. But what they were doing yet day before yesterday. Oh my gosh, you guys, these kids, they were so wired, but it's what they were doing. And they had fun though. I just left them to their imagination. And I mean, your kids will even enjoy it. And I should put a disclaimer on that. But yeah, they're gonna ask to do it. They will definitely ask to do it. It's cheap fun, so I wouldn't. I really wanted to get down there and join them. I just couldn't. I couldn't. It would have been catastrophic. But it was fun. I'm all packed up. Yeah, I'm all packed up. I had I think when I said I needed to pack, I had actually started putting the stuff in the bag because not really a whole lot. But hey T, um, you know, I guess I gotta pack. It's been so long since I've gone anywhere like that and having to pack. And usually when I go somewhere, or somebody say something, but I pack one thing and I just go buy my clothes. So yeah, um, but it's not like that anymore. Not the life anymore. So yeah, but I do have that option now. So I'm like, I was trying to find something and I couldn't find it. And it's like, okay, we'll just go buy it. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna stress anymore. So yeah, but I'm all packed and not that much. I have room to spare in case I wanted to bring the kids something back. So yep, I am ready to go. I am ready to go. Ready.
Where are you going tomorrow?
Nowhere. Go sit
The store.
Not tomorrow. Go sit down. Or no, go finish what I told you first.
Bye bye. Owen, hi.
All right.
Owen, hi. Hi.
Go.
Bye.
Hi. Hi. Bye. Bye. I love my kids, but yeah, they waiting for me to get out of here too. I guess. I don't know. I have to explain to them they can't call me every 5 minutes. So I have an inkling that's what they're gonna try to do. I know you ready, girl. Yes. I'm like, if I could just go to get a room and just leave from the room. I'm that ready. I done checked out already. I have cleaned out the refrigerator. I have done laundry. I have been cleaning it because I was bored really and just cleaning stuff over. I was really not trying to start anything new with them. We've been working on like I said, just easy stuff that they can do in a few minutes. They've been doing their we did a composer study activity and some other stuff. I can't remember what we did. But just simple stuff. So I don't have to worry about starting it. Excuse me. Thank you. And then I made a shared, and I will schedule that for one day too. What I left for them to do, not to say that they're going to do it, but they were so excited to see see what I left. Well, too cute, mini vacay, girl, yes. They were excited to see, and then it was like, that's it. And I'm like, should I put some more? You know, I guess they were thinking I didn't care, but they still want to do school, so I might add a couple more things in their folder so that you can. Oh, well, I guess you won't see it because I already filmed it. Um, Maybe I'll add it. I don't know. Or take a picture of it or something, or insert a caption. That might be the best bet. But just some little color and stuff that'll go in their art notebook. Yeah, they're excited to be able to keep up and do something. I guess they figure they're gonna be bored, so I'm like, well, You'll have plenty of things to do. And then I had them doing a little activity yesterday. We did some yesterday. As I said, I was going to do something with them so that, we can spend a little time together. And what else did I do? Bake them some brownies. And, yeah, that's what we did. Oh, yeah, we went to the store. Yeah, I'm telling you, I gotta take kids to the store. I don't see how people do it. Because everybody want this and everybody want that, and it's just too much. But they got their little snack and a little treat, and they were happy. And we are doing biomes this month: rainforest, deserts, ocean, and rainforest. Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds really fun. See, all of that ties into our geography, so I don't really pull it out separately. I see how people do that as little unit studies and stuff like that, but so much of that is so, I don't know. I guess if it was just one of them, I probably would do that, but it's too many of them that's too much planning and too much pulling and too much. So it just ties into wherever we are, we'll, pull out whatever we need and do it that way. And then when we get to another place that has that, say for instance, we're in Africa and Egypt and stuff like that, the desert, when we go like to California has desert. So, but I don't try to do it like that. I guess for time's sake, but that sounds really fun. It looks so neat, and I'm like, wow, man, that's goals. That is really goals. So I baked all Sunday. Ooh wee! What did you bake? Mm. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Sunday. What was Sunday? I was on here Sunday. Yeah, it was so hot. And then I had to go in there and cook. And, I had to wait. It was late when we ate because I didn't really think. And then I started having hot flashes. And I'm like, I picked the wrong day to go in there and make some wings. Are you guys finished with what I asked you to do? Oh, my hand is itching. Do y'all, this the money hand. Do y'all believe that every time your right hand itch? For me, it's always true. Them hot flashes ain't no joke. Girl, yeah, it's hot. And then the be flashing. Gosh. And then when I made them wings, he come in here yesterday. You got any more chicken? I could eat your fried chicken every day. I said, boy. And then I got to thinking, I feel bad for. Come. I need for everybody. Come here, Leah. What happened? Tariq. Come here, Leah. Come here, Leah. Tariq and Layla go into your room and clean the room up. Who's on the dryer?
Zion.
Zai. Everybody go and do what I told them to do. Aaliyah.
Layla, you did that to me.
Now they're aggravating each other.
What is she? Band-Aid.
Okay. What are you doing to the dryer? Say hello.
She's banging on. She's banging on the dryer.
Okay, Layla, go in there and do what I asked you to do. Hold on, y'all. I gotta take this call real quick.
What do you need me? No.
Hold on. You have to be quiet so I can hear. So I can hear. I can't hear.
What do you need me?
Hello? You have to be quiet. Hold on. I cannot hear. I'm trying to talk on the phone. What? What was I going to say? Yeah, I twist up my hair. Go. What? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You have to wait.
Shut up. Shut up.
I asked. I'm like, yeah, I didn't expect that to do that. What I have to pay for the cruise. So, yeah, trying to. That's what you probably about. Yeah, say this. Yeah, you trying to. Here. Be quiet. But there's only $6 left. Okay. Go get your snack. It's on the table. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, wait till Friday because then everybody will be together like Friday this time. Oh, oh okay. Mm, mm, okay. So 15. Well, I ain't no need to be trying to write nothing because I ain't really had time. But yeah, maybe when I get back. Um. Okay. Uh. Mm-hmm. Love you. Bye. If hold on. Oops. I don't know what I did. All right. Can I hear? Okay. You should be able to hear me now. Hey, Sylvia. Can y'all hear me? I had to. I just keep getting interrupted. Hold on, let me see. I can't tell if I'm talking to myself or not. Good evening. Mm, okay, let's see. What's up with this thing? I just keep getting interrupted. All right, you guys can't hear me. I can't tell if I'm talking to myself or not. Good evening. Okay, okay. My apologies. Sometimes I have to take the call, so that should be it. I'm not gonna answer no more phone calls. But where's my headset? Oh, there it is. Anyway, oh Lord, it's hot. Yeah, somebody having a mini meltdown and all kind of stuff. But what I was saying about this food, I feel if he get married, who, ooh, because you know how men get. You don't cook this like my mom. I don't want him to be that type, but with the chicken, he no, I will understand nobody can contest it, but um, yeah, you talking about I have to go. He had to eat chicken every day. I had to go. My grandma was sick. Oh Lord, they sent her home. She not doing so good. Well, I am praying for her, and let me know. Message me and let me know. Yeah, text me and let me know how she doing. Um, wow, that's not good. Praying for you and your family. See you later. Okay. Brittany is picky. Um, and it's not, I mean, he's fine, but, I give him chicken. It's just something about my chicken that, yeah. So if you ever invite me over or I invite you over, ask for the chicken. Stop at the store and bring some chicken or have some ready because, yeah, I would definitely, I'm the type of person to have um, food cooked for company or cook for a company. Um, my friends got hip to it. And I'll say, I'm cook what you want me to cook. And that's what they would ask for. Oh my gosh. So, anywho, other than that, I am, let's see, what else are we doing? School wise, I have been, just praying on some things, and I don't know if you all get, what am I trying to say? I know how we all do things, and sometimes we just do them just to do them, but I'm the type of person that I have to pray about doing things before I do them, and I have to have a good feeling about it. Like, I've been wanting to go out. I wanted to go somewhere today, but I had a feeling that I shouldn't go, so we didn't go. And it's like one of those things where, and then you might find out an accident happened or something like that. I'm one of those type of people. So I've just been thinking about some things, and I feel I'm gonna say anxious, but I'm not anxious in that sense. I'm just, when something is getting ready to happen, when things are happening, I can feel it. It's just a sense, and I'm not trying to control it. I know we can't control it, but it's that kind of what did they say? The fear of the unknown. Um, and again, I'm not feeling anxious. I'm not fearful, but when you're just getting ready to tread new waters, it's just it's a new season. So I feel like I've been doing things and um evolving and changing and growing, and just not really acting on impulse. But I feel like things are changing again. And it's weird because it's not something that I really thought would happen. That's intuition. Yeah. And so, when I think I said last time, things are changing, and I keep getting this. So I know that, I've been stopped dead in my tracks. I was looking at some things to buy. I've been hesitating on the new math curriculum for the next grade level, or yeah, the next grade level, not new curriculum. But I'm just and I think I'm just, something is telling me, it's just stopping me dead in my tracks. Just don't do it. Not because it's bad, but don't do it. I think something else is coming. So I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I don't know if it's going to be a major life change. I don't know. I don't know. I know something, there have been revelations, and I'm not going to talk about those yet, but things have been changing just, in personal life. And I think that this is probably where it's stemming from. So I'm like, let me just wait and see what is getting ready to happen, because I don't know. I can try to pull the card and, do all kinds of things. And if I keep getting stopped, it's because I'm not supposed to do it. So it's, one of those divine intervention things where you just, okay, let me just stop. So I'm just going with the flow, and I'm not gonna worry about it. I said whatever is meant to be. If that's what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to do it. If I need to get what I need to get, I'll get it. And that's it. But I had, not plans, but I have I map out things ahead of time and just try to have some sort of direction. But again, that doesn't always pan out the way you want it to. So I'm like, well, I don't feel I don't feel bad. So that's the good thing. It's just like, really? Is this, I think I was being prepared for something. Well, I know I was being prepared for something. So it's just like, okay, is this really getting ready to happen? So time will tell. Yes, I have that same pit feeling. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not alone. So yeah, time will tell. Um, like I said about my hand, every time my right hand itch, I know it's money. So it's just one of those feelings you get antsy and it's like, okay, give it to me already. Um, it's just interesting. So I'm gonna let it play out and see, what happens, and we'll go from there. But I haven't I'm not trying to do anything major. I'm still in the mode where I'm getting ready to downsize some more and downsize. I just I want to put this stuff outside and just say, come get it. I want to do one big, and that's it. I don't want to deal with a whole lot of um, sales because that can be it can be tiresome. So there's a lot of stuff I just want to clear out and just pass on because I'm just, I'm done. I'm so over it. And um, not wanting to get to this point anymore. Not that it's a bad thing, but I don't know. I guess because I've gone through downsizing so many times, the um the maintenance is bothering me still. I just, it's not that much to it's not like we pulling everything out all at the same time, but just this little bit of upkeep of this and upkeep of that and having this and just having so many things. If I could just, just a couple of things and I'm fine. That's why I'm so picky about buying things because I see so much stuff and it's like, okay, if I get this, then where am I going to put it? And then we're going to have even more. So I would take the easy route. If I can find a couple of good resources on whatever it is I need, I'm fine. Yeah. I know everybody goes through a period when their kids just outgrow stuff. And so that's what it is. They've outgrown some stuff and it's just time to let it go. Mhm. So, I just wonder if I can have just one massive um, homeschool sale, a successful to where people are not trying to, well, I got to think about it and all that kind of stuff. Just get rid of it. Just take it. So I'm gonna see if I can get up the energy. And I know it's hot, so I'm not gonna be doing that anytime soon. But probably when it cool off, like in September, I have everything situated. Is my hope. Pressure's going somewhere. Ooh, man, it's cute. But yeah, we're good on the PDF. I'm just it's a lot more convenient for me just to print out what I need, and it's a lot less maintenance and less on the storage. It's having all of these different work texts and books and stuff like that. That's a lot to have to deal with on a regular basis, and just pulling stuff out. It's just, I notice sometime on the table I'll have a whole stack of stuff, and I'm like, you know, can I just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe some people would be grateful to have, all. I hope I'm not sounding ungrateful, but um, it gets a little bit overwhelming, kind of, just to have to manage so much stuff. I don't like a lot of stuff, y'all. I don't. Mm. So, hoarders, no, you would never. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Let me go in here and help her out. Restroom. Hold on. Oh, let me put this down here. Somebody put that down there. Somebody did it. Hold on a second. Pick the blanket up. I'm not sure who blanket. You need to sit up in the room. Right up with your bowl in the Oh. Alright, sister. Put it right in the sink. Put it in there and go back in the bedroom. Yes, all right. Are you done? You are? All right. My hands off. Try. So those of you that have one little shelf or one little corner or something, be grateful, because I was thinking back to when we had the one wall. It wasn't even a whole wall, or two walls, and that was enough. That was enough. Love me. Hey. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to get back to. I'm just it's the madness of it all, and just because we have found what we need and like, and like I said, they've outgrown things, and we just don't need these things anymore. I'm not trying to have the most anything. I never was.
Not to drink water on me.
Oh goodness. Where did he put water? Okay.
Feel here.
It's just a tiny drop. I see it. Just a tiny drop. You're going to be okay, though. Yeah, just a tiny drop. Ooh, you want, is that one yours? No, pick up the other one. Pick up. There's one for you. Bring me the stack. Go back in there. Oh, no. This stack right here. I think you need to lower your tone. I think, is this one yours? Yep, this one says I. It did say something. You need to write your name on it. Or did you do this one already? I think you did this one already.
Didn't.
I thought you did this one.
I didn't.
You didn't do it?
I think
No.
it's hers.
This one is yours.
Bye.
It must be spring. I was gonna put this in your folder. You want to hold on. Oh, it has your name on it. What is it? Must. That's a new word. Must.
Must.
It must what?
Fly.
What's this word? It must fly. B-E. It must what? B.
It must be
Spr.
sprouts.
Spring. Very good.
It must be spring.
So I'm gonna put this in your folder so you can have it to read.
But B-E-E spells B.
Yes, B-E-E does spell B. Okay, you got me on that. That's right. That is B-E. Yeah. So this is because you know these words. I see a pretty bird. It must be spring. Are you flossing? Are you saying hey to everybody? So here you go. You can go color that if you want it. Nice chatting. I have to excuse myself out, but you have a wonderful. I will definitely do that. Like I said, I will talk with you all when I get back. You can color it.
I'm doing it with a color pen.
Oh, I might do the Insta stories. I'm not sure. Or Instagram live. I'm not sure. I might do that while I'm out.
Give me what color. Okay.
So yeah, just keep it simple. So my little cyclone that stands every Thursday and Friday, I want to tackle that. I don't want it to be as chaotic as it is. Streamline as much as I can. And, they do a pretty good job with putting stuff back. But sometimes stuff just ends up elsewhere. And I just figure if we don't have it, that's just one less thing that I have to worry about putting up. So.
It must be spring.
Good job. It must be spring.
Is it spring?
It is spring.
Is it spring outside?
It is spring outside. Remember you told me that.
Birds are they going to attack you?
So. How's it going, lovely? It is truly a process, and it takes patience. It does. It's just a matter. I was. I watch. Like you all watched it. Organization, homeschool, and just everything, and the room halls and stuff like that, and I'm seeing people with the closets. My thing about the closet and just closets in other rooms, my thing is if the stuff is for school, it has to be in this room. Otherwise, I cannot tell you that we are using that stuff. And I don't want to tell you that we're using it just, because we have it. We do use everything, but that does not mean that we can't get rid of some things. But how often do I do the live chats? Sometime once or twice a week. I try to keep them in between the videos, the uploads, and then they stay. The chats stay live, so all the chats have been live and stay public. But I was looking at closets. People have closets full of stuff, and I'm just like, it's stuff, and then they're like, but we don't even get to that stuff often. And I'm saying, you know what? That's the stuff you need to get rid of. When you can say I don't get to it that often, there's no point in even having it. Sorry, I didn't say hi to everyone. So that's okay. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to. And my thing on that is, if you don't take the stuff that, because everybody has stuff, you get attached to your stuff. But if you're really not using it and you have it in a container, in a box, in a closet, seal that stuff up. Put that stuff away. Back away. Look through it. Take out what you need that you're really going to use and then use it. Okay? If you're not going to use it, don't take it out. But seal that stuff up for like 6 months. Go back in 6 months. If you have not gone back in 6 months, that tells you right there that you're not using that stuff. If it's in a garage, in a basement, same thing. Get rid of it. You don't need it. Because if you needed it, you would have been using it. So it's a good way to, to kind of handle that. You can do the same thing with toys. You can do the same thing with clothes. And I know it's a little different with, because of the seasons and stuff like that. But same thing. People hold on to stuff unnecessarily, and you really don't need to. But, legitimately, I say 3 months. Some people can't go that long. Oh, I got to have my stuff. But when you think about it, if you start pulling things off the shelves, when was the last time you pulled it off the shelf and it's dust, you don't need it. Or I think no, you're not going to need it. It's an attachment issue. So box it up, tape it up, bend it up, tape it up. And if you don't go back to it, get rid of the whole thing. Don't even open it. So some people do they use the black trash bag and just, cause so the kids can't see it. We do the black trash bag, but, cause, and I do stuff when the kids are asleep. Cause, if kids see stuff, it be the smallest, broken, whatever. And I know stuff that they have, I know what to get rid of and what not to. So, and I'm like that too. Certain things I don't like anybody to touch, and I'm like, you have no idea why I have that. You might think that it's not anything, but it actually is. Okay, I'm not holding on to junk or anything, but ask before you get rid of it. The stuff you need to get rid of, you won't get rid of. So, see, it's time for me to downsize a little. The kids have too much stuff. We're going to do that anyway because we're not planning on just signing our lease. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So, that's just the best way. Stuff in our garage. In the garages, we never kept stuff that wasn't, the attic. We never kept stuff for the purpose of keeping it. It was stuff. The stuff in the garage was tools, lawnmowers, skates, bicycles, outside stuff, pool stuff, that kind of stuff. We don't use other spaces for storage because that's just, it becomes hoardish. But yeah, I was looking at the closets and I'm like, you would forget. Now me, I would have an inventory of stuff. I have, because you guys know I like to make lists. Pencils. I don't even like to have too many of them, but I can't have tons of even when I had the kids, I had all the kids, I was running the child care. The art supplies that I had tons, but it was in the pantry. And so I'm in there all the time. And I had a nice stockpile of stuff, but it wasn't to where I was not going to use it and I have to go dig through stuff. And I'm like, looking at that, like, oh my gosh, that's like buried alive. I would not, I don't know, I would be afraid. I would be very afraid. And, then to say, well, the kids, if, I don't like them to get to it that much because it makes a mess. Well, think about something else. Get rid of it and don't bring anything else like that back if it's going to cause that much trouble, because that's what it's doing. It's more of a problem, and all you're doing is storing it for place value. I like to do it when they are in school, but at times I let them help. Yeah, my mom would do that. She used to go through my room. She would take everything out the closet, everything out the drawers, and that's how she did it. Don't touch nothing. You only touch what I give you, and that's it. And I put back whatever she gave me. The rest of it was gone. I'm okay, that works. That definitely works. But it wasn't like I was lacking anything like that. This is how she operated and how she taught me. So I try to keep that with the kids and stuff. So when I took a bunch of stuff next door and gave her a whole bunch of stuff, and she was like, "You can do it." And I'm like, "Nope,
Mom,
you can have it.
pink.
You can have all of it."
Mom, I can't find pink in the jar.
You can't find a pink. Look, where's the. Look in the. Where's the container of crayons? There's no container on the table. There was 2 containers. Where's the 2 containers? Where are the 2 crayon containers? You can't. Okay, you know what? I'm just trying to hold on. Trying to look for a pink. Here you go. No pink in there. You have every color you need. Use the wax crayons, and you have all the nice spring colors that you need. They're beeswax. She couldn't find pink.
What are they made out of?
They're made out of beeswax.
What did they make out of? It always hurts.
Well, go put a little water on it. They made it in a. Hello, Stacy. In a You might be looking like you sleeping. Don't say that. Maybe you have an eyelash. You want me to check and see? She just took off. You want me to check for eyelash? Come here. Apparently it's not that bad. Go back up here. As far as clothes, we're trying to get clothes that can be for year round. Yeah, and that's what I was doing. Thinking about buying this last stuff because we don't get cold that often, and it's not beneficial to buy. I've never really bought seasonal anyway, but it's not beneficial for us. So I try to buy things that can transition. I don't even like to have a whole bunch of clothes myself. I have done it with my youngest son toys. He would get sad. I would say, and see, another reason why I don't even give them so many toys, because I just don't want them to get used to, not that they don't have things, but I teach them not to be attached to material. So yeah, because they don't understand, you haven't played with it and you go ask for it. So I make them think really long and hard before they get anything. Is this really going to make you happy? Or because I see kids all the time, I really need this, and then the parents go buy it, and the next thing you know, they at the store again and they buy, and I'm like,
Mom, look what I did.
Oh, nice. That's not teaching that child to have appreciation for anything. It's teaching them greed. It's whether you have the money or not, they're going to constantly want, and there's going to be constantly new things, and that's not the child is not going to develop good character at all like that. At a point, those things, toys, it turns, as they grow older, turn into other things, and they become selfish. and they'll grow up being selfish like that. So it's kind of, when they're young, it's easy to break it. If you're in that mode, you got to break it. So give them a amount of time to play with it, and then when they I'm done playing with it, okay, let's donate it. I have him be a part of the decluttering process sometime. That way he can learn how to get rid of things. Yes. Yeah, because they know sometimes they don't. And then you give them a little incentive. Okay, if you can get rid of this many, then you can get this. Don't just leave them hanging and say, we're getting rid of all these toys or, all these books or all these games. Give them something else to look forward to, even if it's a trip somewhere or something like that. Give them something else to look forward to, and that will make it all the more inviting. So, and that's how I am. But somebody else, the little one's father is not like that, and he has no appreciation for anything. It's like you can't and it's not that he's teaching them to become selfish. He's not buying anything, but he's taken away unselfishly. He's not even appreciating. And I'm like, you have to appreciate the value of things. If something breaks and you can fix it, you fix it. You don't just go buy new stuff and just constantly throw things away. He just throws away money, and that drives me crazy. I'm like, I can't. If it's literally broken and you cannot do anything with it, yeah, you get rid of it. But if you can fix it, fix it. So, or, I want a new, like when I was talking about these phones, the new iPhone come out. What's wrong with the old one? You want to go get the new one. What's wrong with it? Nothing. Keep what you have. If it's not broken, keep it. So, you don't just constantly upgrade things. It's things that you can, in the long run, things that you may have goals towards getting, and you might want to take a vacation and you really can't just because of this selfish lifestyle. So the little bitty things like that really help if you really stop and think about what you're doing and how you're doing things, and just kind of clean that up. It will open up new avenues. So yeah, we keep, I don't have kids begging for clothes. Even my as my teenagers got teenagers, they were not, we got to go shopping, we got to do this. They appreciated everything that they got, and so I was just grateful for that. And I didn't have to worry about, I have to have this and I have to have that. And shoot, they were dressing better, than their friends anyway. But they were not worried about, so and so got this, I gotta have that. That's not how I raised them. And with the so and so got this toy, can I have one of the? No, we don't do that. You get what you get, and let's keep it at that. So I said, this right here is a lot, but this is all that's in the house. So for this to be the only thing in the house, this is the only room in the house that looks like this. There's nothing else in the house. So I can't really say I have too much because this is all. Besides the beds and the and the chest of drawers and the armoire. There's nothing else in here. There's no more nothing. And that's the way I want it. There's nothing on the walls, nothing. I've been there and done that with the little knickknacks and all of that. I don't want to go there again. I don't have time to to clean and maintain that. Let me see. Oh, I see. You made them nice and pink. That's why you wanted pink. So it's like, what is that thing I hear everybody talking about? That does it, if it doesn't bring you joy, the KonMari, yeah, that stuff don't bring me joy, so I don't need it. Because then I'm thinking, oh, I can get this and I can get that and I can get that, and I've lived that way and done that, so I know not everybody has, so it's not um it's not relevant, but I'm just saying, think about it. I don't know what that is. So I am, like I said, I'm trying to. I think I'm late to the party. Hey, girlfriend. I gotta. If you guys haven't checked out our channel, check out our channel. I'm bad, and that thing that has been in my cart for about I want to say 2 or 3. I don't know when it came out. I've been looking at it, the geography, and I just age wise, because I was trying to get it for them. I didn't think it would be it because we had something. So yeah. Yes. But I'm good. I've had my fill. I've had my fill. The you guys, she has an eBay store, and I'm telling you, I have to use restraint. Okay? I have to use great restraint. She has some great stuff. So if you don't know, I mean, the channel itself is good, but she uses a lot of the same things. We have a lot of comments, and yeah, I have to use restraint. My discipline.
Mom, I did all of it.
You did all of it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, beautiful job. All the colors of the rainbow. You colored that umbrella. Oh, you have one more. Oh, your snail. You didn't even know there was a snail.
I saw it.
You saw it. You didn't even know. That's your favorite. She has taught everybody how to draw snails. I didn't even know, but she can draw some very nice snails. To be so little. I was like, who taught you how to do it? Nobody. So, yeah, you the composers, I have to use restraint. I really that was something on my list, but I said it's one of those things where you have to because I know you said it took you a while to make that, to gather that collection. So it's one that normally I would jump on it because it's a nice collection. It's a lot of them. So you have to either make that purchase or just don't. So yeah, but yeah, I use great restraint, but we do composer and artist studies, and I have some. So a lot of them are on this ring, and then we have other resources and stuff that we use, but the books would have been a great addition. I couldn't in the past. I'm sad. You never used them. Should have bought one for each. Yeah. And this one, something like that, I would just one at a time, if I really, 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 really just couldn't do without. But I said, I think we can manage. I have another great resource that I'm using, and we can manage. But the other ones, I just said, let me go ahead and get. And then the the devotion. That's for the collection. So, but yeah, I like the artist studies too. Those are really good. They're doing Van Gogh right now.
Another snail.
So, but good investment. So I can tell when when a person makes an investment on things, I can tell. It's like certain things I have collections of, and yeah, there's value in those things. So I'm still learning my homeschool book lesson. Always a struggle with overbuying. Yeah. And I saw so much stuff. I was looking for like classics, and I'm particular about classics, but I was looking for classics. I think I brought you all along. I think I have to share that footage. But I picked up a couple things, but literally I was not trying to spend any money. And what I meant was I picked up a couple of things, and I really wanted to spend what's on this hand. That's it. And I did it. And so I was like, yay. And I got a couple things, so I was excited. So when those things come in, I will share with you all and share what I'm going to do with them and stuff like that. But yeah, good deals come and go, and if you get too excited, it's really easy, especially with the if go to the thrift store and Goodwill and stuff like that. And that's what I was saying. The person was saying, well, I got this at Goodwill, and I got this at Goodwill, and I got this at Goodwill. And I'm like, yeah, I know I used to share those hauls again, but everything we use is in this room. You all see this stuff, and you see that it gets cluttered. I show you so you know the stuff moves. It's not just constantly in the same place. But yeah, it's easy to go overboard on Goodwill. I'm just excited that me being thrifty and the way I had to do it, having to start over and just not just homeschool, but home, period. I was able to get so much. If I totaled this room out, I would say $1,000 because I know how I spend. That's all that's in this room, but it's worth a lot more. But I don't spend a lot of money on stuff because I don't have it. So, and a couple of a lot of these things, these book sets, just Answers in Genesis alone, the world of our science. That thing right now is on sale for $250. Yeah, the whole thing is on sale. Last time I shared it with you guys, it was $299. It's normally $400. So I'm very thrifty when I buy stuff. Master book, yeah. Like I said, that was in my cart. It was in my eBay cart for the longest. And that's what I did. I went through my cart and I was like, hey, this thing been in here for I don't know how many years. I had to throw out a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't even realize I had stuff in there, but
I'm done.
I just threw out a whole bunch of stuff.
Done.
You're done. All right. You did a beautiful job. I love it. Oh, nice. Rain cloud. So you did your book. I'm gonna have to add some more things to your make sure will you bring me the crayons?
What crayons?
The crayons that you just used. Make sure I cut this up and make it a book. I need to this got a staple. Oh wow. That just reminds me. I need a stapler. Ugh. Thank you. You did a great job. Beautifulness. Sure, the crayons she was using these are good. I used to use these in overseas. Here, we had them in the what is that other one? The Stockmar. Is it the Stockmar? Yeah, the Stockmar. I like those because they have pink. But yeah, we used to use those overseas. Um, so yeah, I just like, how do you guys not overbuy? I mean, what do you consider overbuying? Or do you have a system? You know, is it per month or per year? Like I shared with you guys buying the chapter books, and I was saying the reason why I said I was excited to only spend that much. I haven't bought that last set of books. The Newbery Honors was in January, and I was telling you all I have been buying by the quarter, and so I'm actually overdue, but I don't really make it a point because I may have to buy something else. So I don't make it a point to go in and look for a lot of books per se. And, because we also have to use those books. But I was looking because I don't want a lot. I didn't need a lot of anything right now because we're still working through what we have. And I wasn't intending on buying anything until probably around September. So those two little single books, or three little single books, whatever I got. Yeah, I think it was three because I think two together. And I'm telling you, I was making deals. So, it really paid off. Things you don't use. Okay. In my opinion, it's overbuying. If I use it, I'm okay with spending it. But when you buy a whole lot of collections that I don't use. Okay. Yeah. If we don't use it, yeah, I think that's, yeah. Um, But honestly, I always walk around this room and I just watch what the kids take, and stuff. If I don't see them taking stuff, I just, okay, it's time to get rid of it. Some of the stuff because you guys know I have more than the little kids, so I do have to have stuff for the other ones. But, some of the stuff, if they are not, if it wasn't their age level, I didn't worry about it. But if it's their age level and they're not even bothered with it, then it's time to let it go. It's just sitting on a shelf and taking up space. Somebody else could be using it. Um, um, I go through my room every year and we purge what we haven't touched. Sell on eBay. I try to be a good steward and make up for my mistakes. That's good though. At least you have that's an honest system. And you're, holding yourself accountable because it can add up pretty quickly. Um, it can really add up. Like I say, what I see with the closets and the other rooms, and oh, we have stuff in the garage, we have stuff in the attic, and it's like, are you actually using that stuff, or you just, and then I found it at the thrift store, and it's like 4 years down the line. You guys, if you're not going to use that stuff really within a year's time, it's really not worth it because you're going to constantly find things. And that stuff is going to add up really quickly because you're going to see more and more, especially if you're a thrift shopper. You will find it. My thing is, if you find it, some things you just know, just like if I'm on eBay and it's something that is just, I know it's going to be gone. I'm never going to see it again. The price is just unbelievable. Then I'm going to snatch it. If it's sitting there, like I said, I have stuff that's been in my cart for years and that stuff is still there. That tells me I don't need it. If I put it in the cart and I go back next week and it's still there, or if I'm seeing an auction and nobody buys it and it's been 5-6 days, then that tells me, okay, I did wait. Let me go ahead and get it. But yeah, I don't hurry up and just buy everything that I see really quickly. I just let that stuff sit there because a lot of times we go, we outgrow it or we just don't need it. And, or I can find it again. I say, hey, I can, the same way I found it the first time, I'll find it again. And then I will get, whatever it is. But it's hard to, when you start storing things, um, it's hard to break that cycle. And then you get upset with the kids when the kids don't want to purge. So you have to think about that. You're holding on to stuff or you're collecting things for later on down the road and you're trying to get the kids to get rid of stuff. That's not going to work. You have to, they're going to, set an example. It's amazing how many things I delete from my online cart when I just wait one day. Exactly. Yep. It's never instant, and I think about stuff and it's like, okay, I really, really need this. Or whatever I'm using says I need this. And I'm just like so hesitant. And I will wait to the very last minute. Okay, I really need it. I just cannot justify purchases like that.
Do me and Leah have to pick up five more toys to get the room clean?
Yes, 5. So yeah, I went through and deleted a whole bunch of stuff from an eBay card, and I don't know how much is on Amazon. But to me, it's perpetual, and I don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm just, I'm more.
My eye still hurts.
Let me see your eye. Did you get? Is there? Let me see. Is the eye eyelash in it or something? You just get a tissue or a cloth and just wet it and put over it for a few minutes. Because I didn't see any eyelash. I didn't see anything in it. It's probably just irritated. But I'm going to put some coconut oil in a few minutes. Purge the carts. Don't be tempted.
For dinner, can you make chicken drumsticks and some fish sticks? I mean, and some hash browns.
That would be a negative.
What?
No. Sorry, not today. They want to put in their request, but I already have my plan. So yeah, there he is with that chicken again. It's too hot. It's too hot. Too hot. But I'm gonna give him some fish. I do the same thing. Put things in my cart, but wait to buy. Yeah, it just you window shop. It's fun to window shop. And see, and then if it's the school stuff, sometimes somebody will share something and I'll get to see it better and find out that it really wasn't something that I was looking for after all. So it's that little that intuition that saves the pocket. Definitely. But like I said, I'm going to, some of this stuff will probably end up, excuse me, on eBay, but really what I want to do is just have a big sale, big homeschool yard sale. Just get rid of the stuff like that. And I've been looking like for individuals to possibly trade things. But I'm also very picky about what I take. I know what I have, so I'm picky about, I don't want to give something and I'm getting, something that's not good or, dirty or, something like that. So, I'm open for that too. I would trade some things. Yeah, I think as far as kids, to keep that, give the kids each like a little a bin, or a little one of those little Sterilite totes that they can, you know, fit basically on their lap, and a little bit of depth, and let them put their stuff in there. Anything over that, they don't need anything. If you can't contain it, you know, you don't need it. It needs to be, containable. I know that that's how it is for us because there's so many of us, and once you start to just stuff multiplies in general. It just, from the laundry to the dishes to towels to, somebody told me I'm one that believes that you must use a new uh face towel, washcloth, every day. And they're like, and I said, so do you know how many, even if we wash, but I said, I keep this amount, did you? And they're like, no, and I'm like, wait a minute, if you wash from top to bottom, you mean to tell me you use that same one the next day when you've washed bottom last? No. So, stuff like that. The linen, it can become massive, to have everybody's sheets and then an extra sheet set and stuff like that. So, I just try not to keep a lot of anything. Just, you know, I can't. The stuff adds up really quickly. That's what I did with mathematics, just because that stuff goes. Yeah, I got a small crate from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, and that's why they're in the drawers. And that was the cubes and the tangrams. That was a Goodwill find. That stuff was $2. That was rainbow rainbow resource material, or what am I saying? Rainbow resource. No, not rainbow resource. Learning resource. So they were the good ones, and $2. I was just excited to have to do that. But in the drawer, I don't want oodles and oodles. And every time I went back, they had more stuff, but I just left that stuff there. I can't. I don't want closets full of stuff. I don't want, it's too much. The tangrams were, I'm saying yeah, the tangrams were Lakeshore, but the snap cubes were learning resources. So, yeah. Then I had to put all that little stuff. And then the other part of that mass center was from ETA. It's an ETA kit. It was a $200 kit that I got for $5. So that's all. But I mean, there's just so many things stuff looks so good, and it's like, oh, I want this, and I want this, and I want that, and I say, you know what? I don't want that stuff. Them kids they don't even know about that stuff. So I try to just keep it, if it can fit in a small bin, and I have somewhere to put the small bin, then there. I don't have any more room to put any bins. I'm going to put that disclaimer out there. I don't have any more room. I'm done. So I know my limits. I'm good. I don't care how cheap it is. I'm good. I showed you guys the supplies that I got. I did not take that stuff out, that $5 box of spirals and all those crayons and all those glue sticks. Um, that box is put up on the top of my shelf. And I just go in it to get glue sticks, and I think I put out a couple more boxes of crayons, and that's it. But I don't want to have a whole closet, a whole shelf full of extra school supplies when every year there's school supplies out at the store. That doesn't make any sense. So, and then I left when I saw that. There was actually more, and I left it because I just didn't feel like dealing with the storage. It was a good price, but I just, I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to store all that stuff. I'm torn with a Kindle for cheaper book. We can see Kindle. One of my kids had a Kindle, but I'm so old fashioned. Yeah, I like the. Yeah, I like the physical books, and I'm just selective. A lot of my books are books that I had with the older kids. Those are books that we lost. So those are the ones that I went after first. And a lot of the book we had, I mean, this whole room could be full of books if I had replaced everything we had. I had tons of books, but a lot of the collections they had, I did not repurchase. I wanted these kids to actually read those books, read one or two, see if they actually liked it before I went and bought it. I didn't, go reinvest that way. And so, they have a shelf, they have a couple bins up there, and that's it. They don't really, they're not, because I do it online, I will ask them. I don't really go to the store because I know that's more of a temptation, even though they will see books in the store, but it's more of a temptation. So I will ask them, hey, do you think you would like this book? If it's something new to them, okay, then we'll get this one, you read this one, and we'll see how it works. If it's a whole series of them. But I'm very careful about those series because we had Junie B. Jones, we had Saddle Club, we had, what is it, Magic Treehouse. We have not one Magic Treehouse book. We have no Junie B. Jones, no Saddle Club, no Babysitter Club, no Little House, no, oh my gosh, it's so many series. Um, and I just purposely did it that way because I did not want to have to store all those books because I know how much I love books, and I would have went and bought every series I could think of. The only one I did do was the Beverly Cleary, and I think they all came. Yeah, I got them all together, and it's only, I think one, maybe two that we don't have, and we're not up to those yet. It's one is actually coming, so I really need to get it. But that was it. Since they love them, so I was like, okay, I'm not just gonna go and try to go give you guys, another one just because I want it. I want them to really love it. So, and then we don't do library. I know some people do library. If we did library, we probably wouldn't have this, but we don't do library. So I have to buy everything that we do have. And so far, we get rid of like the little board books. I got a lot of stuff from Goodwill, or not Goodwill, thrift store, because they were only dime a piece. So board books and just beginning early, what do you call that stuff? Early, like some of the picture books. I want to say early readers because I do have a 4-year-old. So I had to, even though I want to get rid of some. I had to keep some for her. So those would be like the next phase. Because she's really at a she's at a first grade level, but she likes what she likes. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. It's some of her little favorites, and I'm just letting her, as a confidence builder, um, hold on to those. She just moved up a reading level in her textbook, and I haven't shared that footage yet. But I said that I'm letting her keep that book in her basket because she liked the stories in it, and she would sit down and read them. So um, it's exhausting for me to keep up with library books. They get all mixed in. Yeah. And I think the thing with the library I hear a lot is a lot of people don't, they take so many books and they don't get a chance to read them all. And then the fines. So it's like, is it really worth it? You know, it's easier for me to just buy it and we actually use it. Um, but I know it can be fun, to go to the library because you can, different lots of different books, but we like to, we inhale our books and we actually live through those books. When the kids actually still act out and recall and want to, become those characters, that tells me that okay, yeah, these are good. These are good choices, and they're doing what they're supposed to. Not all books are created equal. That's why I'm a Newbery Honor stickler. There are some with good values and things like that, but a lot of it is twaddle, and my kids don't like twaddle. None of my kids have ever liked twaddle. So, um, Junie B. Jones, I think that was probably just as twaddleish, but this I'm talking was a kid that um, started reading early and um would just read and read and read and gifted, and so I would reward her with the next one. So, I mean, she would read those books in a day. So that's how that worked. But I like to give her, she went on. Eventually, she outgrew them really quickly because her reading um, level was too high. I mean, she 4 years old could read the chapter books like that. That's exceptional. And so by the time she was, when I say like the Magic Tree House, I think my son read those. She read a couple, but she really wasn't interested. It was too, I don't know, too juvenile. Um, yeah, didn't like her sass and attitude, and we didn't, and that was the thing. We didn't have the issues, and that's why I was leery on Ramona. But Ramona has some good qualities. My kids are good at discernment, and they're good at because they know she's a brat. But it's teaching them, hey, you should, it's pointing out things, character, and behaviors that they should not do. That is the only reason why I allow um those. And I did the same thing with Junie B. I had a very mature um 4-year old at the time. And so I said, okay, and another thing, you guys, if because I know some of you all are not new to the chats, but as far as books, I read every book that comes through this house, every word. So that's why I say a lot of the books I'm really hesitant. There are new things and I see new things, but I won't buy them because I don't have time to read them. The majority of the books that I buy are books that I've already read and I'm familiar with. Every chapter book, I don't care how big it is, before I give it to my high school kids, any kid has to come through me. I don't just assign books and say, here, go read it and tell me what happened. We don't do that. I have to screen everything. So if it doesn't, there's anything that I think that's going to cause behavior, I won't give it to them. So I have a couple in that last Newberry Hall I did, I have to read. So that's on my list coming up in the coming months. I'll be reading those. But yeah, I'm very particular on what they read. Um, 10 years old, they were reading Roots. I read, it was my book. They would want to read all the books on my shelf, and I would say, no, you can't read that. For example, when I met Terry McMillan one year, I think that was probably that had to be about 4 years ago because the child is getting ready to graduate now. And I took her with me. She was 16 and she said, or maybe it was 5 years ago. She said, I read all your books. And she looked, and we were, first in the line, and we went up there and had a conversation with her. But she said, I read all your books. And she was like, and I said, yeah, she's a exceptional one. But I didn't just give her the books and say, read some of them. Yeah, she did. She did. We talked about it. So, I make sure that the stuff is not too heavy. It's not going to make them feel any type of way. And, stuff like that. And at the time I said her Harvard was her choice. I said, she's Harvard bound. But, she was like, well, you go, girl. But yeah, I understand not everybody is able to. My friend would not let her kids read Harry Potter when Harry Potter came out, and around that time, I think they were like 10ish, and she wouldn't let them. She said she just, they're too immature. So I use great discretion. Um, if mine were reading Roots and Malcolm X, Harry Potter, they can tolerate. So, we gave them deep stuff. We had certain requirements that, like when they were 10, we felt that they were mature enough to handle, and they crossed over. Um, they were in the Babylon, the Timbuktu. Is it Babylon to Timbuktu? It's in my drawer. I can't pull it out. A couple more things, but just deep stuff because we wanted to get them rounded into things. And that's how I was. I was into Maya, just poetry, just deep stuff that kids my age normally would not get into. Um, I just had a thirst for books and knowledge, and my mind is I have a very creative imagination. So, like we have, I don't know if I showed now. What is that thing that came out? Sorry, I took my tongue. Black Panther came out. Now they have these, and I haven't seen anybody with them, but I can't recall. I might have because I know I showed this basket, and I have one of these, this graphic, uh, comics. They have graphic comics, and I don't know if I actually showed it or maybe I skipped over it. I don't know. I can't remember, but there's one in there. My son got that thing about last year sometime, and my older son. And so stuff like that, even stuff like that, with discretion, I'm like, okay, I have to read this first. If there's anything in here that I don't approve of, you're not going to, especially with him, I'm not going to let you have it. So, but, I told him this is fine. You're not going to make a habit out of collecting these because I'm just not a fan of, you know, any kind of heroes and just things like that. It was positive, but still. And he's one of those. He's like he likes sci-fi, so it's really hard to um weed out, because it's sci-fi. But I don't want to say at the same time you can't. But I'll say, okay, you can read this, and I'll let you read it, but I want you to read this. So he's like, okay, I'll do that. give them a little bit of something else. The other kids, they're pretty good. Um, they're pretty good about things. And I just, again, um, chapter books, they want the living, and they're at the age, the 4-year-old even, she's at the age where she sits, and, I arm them with stuff like this so they can just sit there and just, color and, drawing paper and while I read. And that's how we get through so many chapter books so fast, because they will just sit and listen when it's something good. And then I have to tell them at the last chapter, it's the last chapter. And they're like, read it again. And I'm like, don't you want to read the next one? So they get excited, get really excited. And I'm glad that, that we, when I let them pick, they make good choices. And we're happy. We've not had anybody disappointed or say, it's a couple of books that I've read that I really just did not care for, but the majority of them, I know that they did make an impact on the kids. So, of course, those are the ones I'm going to definitely get rid of. And then I have some, I told you all I share Ditto books, and I'm going to, in live chats, I did one. I need to get the book out. The person knows who won the book, and she knows that I'm gonna get it out after I get back. But I've been doing, I'm gonna keep doing random giveaways during these chats. So, and that's what they'll be, books. Thank you for joining, and I'll be around your channel because I gotta check out what you did in the baby's room. I didn't see the books. So yeah, I'll be giving stuff out, and um, just trying to bless somebody else, as I can. And sometime it may be one, it may be two, I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it even. But that's what, if I, keep that up, it'll keep me in the mind of, okay, we've used this, let's get rid of it. Of course, the like the Cleary books, I will get rid of all of those at one time. Like if somebody said, if you're done with these, okay, shipping and you can have them, something like that. You can have them. Just, you pay the shipping, I'll send them to you. Because I just want to get rid of all of them. I don't want to have to part out, one at a time. So all the collections like that. What else? I'm trying to think, is there anything else in here like that? We have collections of, yeah, there's quite a few things in here. But yeah, those are the ones I'll just get rid of like that and not have to worry about. Oh man, not have to worry about getting rid of one at a time. So, and purging. I'm just trying to clear my thoughts, and like I said, follow my intuition on this these revelations, and just see, what happens, what pans out. And I don't have any, I've been praying on it, and if for me to be stopped literally, and what I was trying to do tells me that I need to stop. So I don't have any kind of negative feelings about, okay, maybe I'm not panicking or anything. If I don't get something, it must be for a reason. So we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. What do not what I don't allow them to read. What I don't allow them to read, stuff like Minecraft. Again, twaddle. They won't read twaddle. Anything that is, like, a lot of these series are considered twaddle. They won't read them. Now, the only thing that is what I say is borderline twaddle are the weird school kids books. And I didn't actually buy this series; their dad did, but they really I had to read them, and my son has read all of them. He read them books really quick, but it's school, and they have a way of. He's a very good author, but he has a way of, the teachers are really drawn into the children and helping them um like one of the teachers will say, I don't know how to read past the second grade level. So then all the kids start helping. You don't know how did you become a teacher? She said, well, I can only teach the second grade. So they start helping her. And what she's doing is getting them to give her answers. So it's really clever and they like it. So I'm like, okay, it's really fun and engaging. It's not anything negative. The kids come up with some theories about, I don't know, just crazy stuff. And then the other kid will say, that's not even true. Where did you get that? So it's fun. It's fun for them. And so that's what I consider twaddle. But those are things that everything is not required. So but anything other than that, what am I trying to think of? They're not reading Harry Potter. Gosh, I'm trying to think of when I said Minecraft. We don't read anything that has to do with princesses, magic, sorcery, scary. I'm trying to think. What am I saying? I said wizardry. Fairies. Disney. Yeah, stuff like that. That's the stuff they don't read. Cartoony, none of that. They don't even like that kind of stuff. My kids enjoy classics and anything that is living. They want to be drawn in. We finished um Amos Fortune. We finished I was gonna say Despero, not Despero. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it, you guys. And then they wrote The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. I have two Desperos. I can't find. I don't know if one is on my shelf. One might be in my room somewhere. I don't know, but I know I have two because my older son had one. So I gotta find it because they love Kate DiCamillo. So that's gonna be up next. But they like good hearty books. So yeah, and I say fairies, but you know what? We do have and I think y'all. They have good character in them. Okay, and Whoopi Goldberg, they have good character. So we do have the series, but other than that, and these are read alouds. I read them. So, but that's just that's it. Um, yeah, nothing too outrageous. I would say the only cartoon book series that we have is and because they're old, Little Bill. Some people don't like Little Bill, but Little Bill was classic for us, and so we have Little Bill, and they like Little Bill. But other than that, we used to have Blue's Clues. We don't have any of that, so they tend to like the stuff that I like, and that's it. Kayla likes making her own stories. Yeah, they will definitely. That's what I left in their folders. So yeah, my kids question stuff too much to and even when they read they get, it's like they don't get any value out of it because they know it's not real. So it's twaddle. It's twaddle. It's boring to them. So they will, this is not real. This is, they can't do this. And I say, okay, they want to, somebody they can relate to, some story that they can get into, books that they can really live in. So that I am grateful for. So that's why I take a lot of time, and sometimes I have to ask the older kids to, help me remember some of the books. But yeah, I see, there are a lot of new books and series and things like that out these days. But so we just kind of keep it old school, and I go with the flow. I loved Mildred Taylor. My kids love Mildred Taylor, Virginia Hamilton. All my kids love those. And so that's what we do. So, yes. Oh, oh. But like I said, I'll be passing them on. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Well, thank you for joining. And I'll be back live after I get back from after I get back from graduation, I guess. I'll be back. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out this. Well, you know what? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out this internet thing, this cable. They're getting on my nerves. This money thing. So I'm trying to find a different service. So I don't know. It may be an overlap now that I think about it. It just depends on. But in any case, I'll be somewhere. So yeah, I will be passing those books along somehow. Like I said, if it's a single book, it'll be a single book. But if it's a set, I'm not going to give it away and say shipping. But if you ask, if I just say I'm going to put these on eBay or something like that, um, I give you the chance to get them before I put them on there. So get in here and go get this dinner done before I want to cook. I'm trying to wait. Well, I always wait till the sun go down, but really wait till the sun go down because it's too hot. It was hot this morning. That's the bad part. It was just hot, and I had some stuff to do. had to alter some more clothes. I'm glad I tried my stuff on again. But I had to take some things in. God, I did not know. I'm gonna get off here, but I did know, but I didn't know because my pajamas were they were so big. I didn't realize I had lost. I don't even know how much I lost, but I didn't know I was losing weight like this. And my pajamas kept falling off, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then my clothes were falling off. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" My belt is I had already notched it. I had put another notch in it, but I have to go more than half of that. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I just need to get a new belt now, but I need some new clothes. So I had to go and these are just straight A-line skirts. I had to go put some darts in the waist because they were too big. And I'm like, that's bad. That is bad. But I'm glad I tried them on before I finish packing. Very time. Yeah, I'm not that big. Really I'm not that big. I know. I'm not to say it to be to be, what do you call it? Flashy or anything, but I hear people say, "Oh, I'm not the size I was in high school. I can't fit my stuff." If I had my stuff, I could fit it, But you get rid of that stuff. Not the same style, but yeah, I'm not that big. But it just tripped me out because um, just all of a sudden, and I'm like, wow, I did not realize that. I had no idea. So I need to I'm gonna have to go buy some clothes, and I try to stay in the jeans because I'm so short, it's hard for me to find anything, and then having to replace a whole wardrobe. Yeah. So I just I have on palazzo pants, but I mainly and those are hard. I have to alter the leg because I'm not that tall, but if I find the right jean, even if they're way too big, I mean, you really can't tell. I do have some curve, and I like them baggy, but they're to the point where they're falling off baggy. So it's like I can't keep wearing these because they're falling off, even with a belt. So I gotta get some more clothes. But I don't know who's to say. I'll probably get something while I'm out. So, oh, and I haven't really, honestly, I haven't done anything. I could be doing more, but I haven't done anything. It's just I don't eat a whole lot, and I'm very conscious of what I eat. Very, just the junk and all of that. I try to eat stuff, but I can't. I cannot tolerate certain things. I don't like a lot of sweet anything. If I bake a cake, I usually won't even eat a whole slice of cake. I let the kids eat it, but I'm like, I don't really want all of that. So, on the brownies and stuff like that, cookies, I'm not really that kind of eater. Ice cream, I'm do stuff like that. So, I think that's what does it. But my water, I stay up on my water. So I know that's what's been doing it. But anywho, I'm going to get in here, like I said, and get this dinner done. And I will touch base with you all when I get back. Some kind of way. Because, like I said, I really don't feel like paying these people this bill. Because it's too much to get on my nerves. I don't know. All these taxes and stuff. Find another alternative. But, I will Instagram and stuff like that. I can still do something. Are you over there playing? You rocking out, huh? We went from handle to rock out music. You went from the Messiah to something totally different. All right. Well, you take care, and I will see you all. Thank you all for joining. I said it's basically just what was going on around here. See you later. Be blessed.